Hi, I'm David Schumann for CBS News Minnesota. I've spent the month of August digging through the WCCO archives to find the best moments, people, and food from the Minnesota State Fair going back decades. It's been a lot of fun, and I think you're really going to enjoy some of the gems we've uncovered, especially if you're a longtime WCCO viewer. So let's get right to it with a look back at the first day of the fair 30 years ago in 1993.
There are those who love the fair, and then there are those who really love the fair. The Baxter family, for example. This is the 5th year in a row Jim, Debbie, and their 3 children have been among the first to enter the fairgrounds on opening day. And while there may be some problems with arriving so early,
looks like they're not quite ready for us, though.
The Baxters say they love it.
I like to get here and get a good place to park, and it's not as crowded, so you can get around and see a lot of stuff without having to maybe wait in long lines.
It's the only sane time of day, really.
Yeah.
It's real quiet. Look around. There's nobody walking here.
Nobody except the mosquitoes.
Okay, I'll have the French toast.
The first stop of the day is breakfast and a chance to develop a plan of attack. A plan that ends with the fireworks tonight, more than 15 hours later.
Hello.
30 years later, Debbie and Jim Baxter don't get to the fair quite so early, but still in time for breakfast.
Yeah, we would get up early and go and drag the kids there. And
she wanted to be there early.
Yeah, I did.
The first one.
Yeah.
And me, well, not so much.
We still go back. We're hoping to be there on the first day this year. And then we'll go a second time with our kids and our grandkids.
Crowds and long lines, those haven't gone anywhere either.
Too long, lines are too long. You gotta wait all day to get on one ride.
Once you get inside, there's no difference.
Dave Huddleston had just joined WCCO in 1993. We showed him some of his clips from the State Fair that year.
I look like I'm 12.
30 years later, he has nothing but the best memories of the fair and even came back to visit with his family in 2019 from their home in Georgia.
I never really paid much attention to a state fair, and I get here and I'm like, what is this about this fair? And then you actually go to the fair, and it is by far one of the best events, family events. Our kids grew up going to the fair. We would go to the fair every year, multiple times.
Have you ever tried something crazy just to see if you could do it? We will right now. Prepare to witness history.
In 2007, it was you who made our live shows possible, literally. Fairgoers hopped on bikes at our booth to power our live broadcasts here out at the fair. Take a look.
It feels really sticky and sweaty.
It's hot.
You tired?
Yes. And it can be hard, but there's treasure at the end.
What are you shooting for?
A t-shirt.
Young and old lined up for gifts and to get into broadcasting.
We're making power to run a newscast off of.
This man answered a challenge from his father-in-law.
Come on, it's not going up there. It's got to be on the top.
You can never satisfy the in-laws.
You're absolutely right about that.
Some had unique biking styles. Others had crafty strategies.
Be like the turtle, slow and steady.
Some struggled with minor failures. But for those who persevered, it was sweet victory on a stick.
You win the t-shirt, yay! It's as good as a personal trainer.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up?
Yeah! It worked.
It did! We're so happy.
Coming up next, we'll take a look at the WCCO traditions near and dear to our heart, including the annual dunking of Don Shelby.
Whoa!
He thinks he's wet now. Dunk Don at the Minnesota State Fair.
Watch me dance, dance
Everyone has a state fair tradition, and here at WCCO, ours is putting people in the dunk tank. First, it was Don Shelby, but eventually everyone had to serve their time in the tank. Check this out.
And after all, this tradition is called Dunk Don.
Shelby, you want him?
Oh!
Rosie got it! You know what? See ya, Don!
Throw. Oh, that's good. All right. No, listen. You guys are not going to throw. That's unfair, isn't it? Isn't that unfair? Thank you. That's right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. How cold is that?
It's not too bad, but I wasn't expecting it.
A state fair tradition has been taking on the haunted house. In 2016, Frank tried to keep his wits about him when it was lit up in purple to honor Prince. Take a look.
Scary? No. Okay, you'll take care of us, though, because we really don't like haunted houses.
Jaylee, come here. Let me see something once. Okay, good. You'll be perfect.
Frank, you're pushing on me.
I'm not pushing on you. Let's just go quickly.
You're pushing.
Let's just go quickly.
Jaylee, just go. I can't. Okay, go. Go, go!
God. What, you know what? You are freaking me out. No, I don't want to go there.
Go, go, go! You're the biggest one! Go!
There you go! Go, you guys, go!
It's totally left us! I don't even believe it!
You guys are doing great. Don't go too fast.
Jaylee, you're leaving us!
Buddy system, stay with the group. Come here. Okay, ready? Let's go.
Seriously.
Look at you.
At least I'm not throwing kids in front of me.
Have you ever seen a horror movie? Don't stop. Oh, hey, 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 hey. Go. Not cool.
Last year, our friends Jeff Wagner and Aaron Hassanzadeh let go of any fears they had and took it on. Check out their tips on how to navigate the terror.
Jeff is so nonchalant about this. Everyone thought I was going to be cool with this, maybe even the brave one. That's fun. Jeff, I'm scared.
Personally, I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie. I like this stuff.
This is my first haunted house ever. Am I gonna be okay?
We'll find out. Are you ready?
I'm sweating.
Anything could be alive. That's staff. That's staff.
She works. Oh, for sure. Something's coming out of that closet.
Yeah, something. Oh, that's an exit door.
Fanny pack makes me brave.
I feel like we've done great so far. I feel like this is where it actually picks up.
The spooky.
Oh, there it is. That's one. That's one. If we yell at them, they'll get scared.
That sound is gonna haunt my dreams.
That wasn't real. Another door. It's too early for this.
I found the secret. You just got.
Tune into the 4.
I think I'm okay.
Oh my God. We're gonna make it. See, I knew it. Feel the exit approaching.
No, I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared.
Just close your eyes and shorten yourself by 3 feet. You'll miss half of it.
Or
But
put a
don't do
small
that.
child in front of you and maybe they'll go easy on you.
It's a CCO tradition to race down the giant slide. Usually a friendly competition, but it can get a little heated. Amelia and Chris called out sports director Mark Rosen for cheating. Watch for yourself and see if he won fair and square.
Rosie made a child cry the first time we did this.
Suck it up.
And then last year, Rosie cheated.
I cheated?
Remember when he pushed me out of the way?
It's like the Drew Pearson push-off to get across the finish line.
Can we talk about sportsmanship a little bit, Mark? Or your lack of it?
You know, I think, Frank, this is a bad rap. They looked at the replay last year. I think I was exonerated, but...
No, you're wrong.
It's fine. Find a way of beating me. Go ahead.
Is this a good one?
Built for speed.
Said it's a good one. I'm taking the good one.
Amelia's the only one who looks for a cashmere.
I don't know about these people, but I get mine pre-wrapped.
Right, this
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ready?
Ready?
1, 2, 3!
Oh!
What are you doing?
Why are you not supposed to lay down? What is that?
Come from behind, victory. I didn't cheat this time.
It says to lean forward, not lay down.
I asked the guy who won, and he goes, "Not you."
Did you use your hands?
No, I did not use my hands.
Push any kids out of the way?
That kid right there, I pushed off.
You own the giant slide.
You are the giant slide king.
If there was an Olympics for giant slide, you would be immortalized in gold.
Minnesota is known as the land of 10,000 lakes, so any respected angler has to know how to fillet a fish. In 1986, WCCO sportscaster Ralph John Fritz went fish head to fish tail with the DNR commissioner to see who could fillet a fish the quickest. Take a look at this fun that happened live at the fair.
Guess who I'm with? None other than Ralph John Fritz and Joe Alexander from the Department of Natural Resources. And I understand we have a fish fillet contest. Joe, explain it to us.
We have done this a couple of times. I declare myself the world's fastest. I don't challenge anyone I can't beat, and here's one of them.
Well, you've done it so many years in a row, I guess not. Joe, he actually has his own traveling bag that he carries now. Do you have that with you, Joe? There it is. Just there
yeah,
it
I
is.
have this.
Sure, look at that. What a braggart. Joe Alexander, the DNR commissioner, world's fastest. Doesn't say well, fastest what, but.
Well, now, are they, on whether you lose, are these gloves for the fish, or is this to look like Michael Jackson?
To hold the fish so that it doesn't slip when you're messing around with sharp knives, and it lets you hold on to the fish. Highly recommended for people who are dressing or boning a lot of fish or doing any kind of cutting with sharp knives.
So in other words, Ralph does not have to wear that on the news every night. Okay. Well, now let's get on with the contest.
All it is going to be a speed thing with crappies here, and then Joe's going to explain to the people how to really fillet a walleye. How's that? Now, he
all
learns
right.
all the time. So.
Okay, let's get going.
Are you ready, Joe?
Little music. You seem to be losing, Ralph.
I have a dull knife they gave me. All right, I win.
Yep. But he did the whole fish. You just did the one side. We have a little accident here. All right. All right, we're going to have to declare here. I think maybe
I'm injured.
I think maybe Joe's one. What do you guys think? Yeah. And as it turns out, I think Ralph got some ketchup on his hand.
What?
No, I think that's ketchup. It smells like ketchup.
Coming up next, it wouldn't be the Great Minnesota Get-Together without delicious food and entertainment. Fairgoers will always sink their teeth into the food that they have to offer here, whether that's a Pronto Pup, Sweet Martha's Cookies, fried Milky Way. The options seem endless. In 2008, former anchor Jason DeRusha asked the good question, would you eat these foods outside of the fair?
I have to have a foot-long corn dog.
I think it starts with the kettle corn to the cheese curds. Then you gotta go get the fresh cut fries.
Usually we get mini donuts, a Pronto Pup, and cheese curds.
More than 1.5 million of us will eat our way through the state fairgrounds this year.
How many of those foods do you ever eat outside of the fair?
A total of probably none.
It's kind of a special thing that I only do that one day, you know, when I go to the fair.
Can you get a deep-fried Milky Way anywhere but the fair?
No. It's the only place.
Why do fair foods only seem to work at the fair?
Oh, good question. I'm the largest alligator purchaser in the world.
Wow.
Just for the Minnesota State Fair.
Dallas Simonette owns Bayou Bob's Gator Shack.
I've never tried a reptile I didn't like.
Have you ever eaten alligator outside of the state fair?
No, I haven't. It's my first time. Our original plan is coming to the fair was to be a state fair tradition, give people something that they can only get at the fair.
That cool tradition is one big reason why fair foods only work here.
It might be a good idea, but then it wouldn't be as special, I don't think.
That's what I was going to say. Don't you think it's because it's special and you only get it every now and then?
Well, it's different atmosphere. And when I'm not at the fair, I'm usually dieting, so I don't usually eat stuff like that.
When I eat cheese curds, curds at the Town Talk Diner in Minneapolis, it feels a little bit like I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's almost like you're cheating.
Have you guys ever thought about opening up a cheese curd restaurant outside of the fair?
No.
Dick Muller says it wouldn't work. The oil's got to be super hot to make his original deep-fried cheese curds, and a restaurant would have to sell them super fast.
Like these cheese curds can't just get through a drive-through.
It's too messy.
If you saw this on a menu somewhere, would you order it?
No, I gotta save it for the fair.
While many people look forward to their state fair favorites, the old reliables, what's new on the menu every year always gets a lot of attention.
Pretty good.
Mother always said to eat your macaroni and cheese. Well, she might have had better luck had she served it up on a stick.
Macaroni and cheese on a stick, you know you want one.
It's one of more than a dozen new foods to tickle the taste buds of fairgoers, and a late-minute addition to the menu at Axel's.
But it's balled up and frozen and battered, and then we skewer it and deep fry it.
How's it selling?
It's selling fantastic.
Mom, I'm sorry, you've been outdone. And no, this isn't the set of some sci-fi thriller. It's what the inventor calls nitro ice cream. Flash frozen with liquid nitrogen. A quicker freeze makes for smoother texture.
Good.
Also new this year, bull bites. Blackened sirloin tips in a béarnaise sauce. And if you think pickles on a stick are green and great, how about these corn dogs? Leave it to the Irish to change American fare.
Well, we dyed the batter green, Irish corn dog.
Of course, it doesn't have to be deep fried to be good.
So this is a sausage, a cold salad with sausage. It's very good. It's got broccoli.
But it sure helps, especially for that sweet tooth, dying for a touch of dessert.
It's bananas, white chocolate. It's deep fried in a wonton, sprinkled with cinnamon sugar and caramel sauce.
Would you let someone else have a bite of your favorite fair food? In 2015, Frank Vassalero and Chris Schaefer mooched their way through the state fair.
Okay, who's got a Toronto pup or a corn dog or a footlong or something?
Hi, fellas. How are the cookies this year?
Good.
Really? Thank you. Want to look your finger? Are you okay?
Yeah.
I think I got a little bit of nail.
Okay, don't wipe your face. That's a good look.
Oh,
do you mind if we try one of those? Is that okay?
Can I have a sip of your juice box?
Juice box? Is that okay?
No.
Thank you.
No. He's not clean.
That's good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Whose turn is it? Is it your turn to pick for me or my turn to
I
pick
get
for
to
you?
pick for you. Hey.
What?
This lady right here with this bucket of whatever.
Oh. Hi, how's it going? What are those?
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes!
It's cheesy fries with bacon.
You're the best.
You have cheese right
All
there.
right, there's no problem at all. I'm going to leave it there for a while. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What was that?
I don't know.
I thought it was potato salad.
There, Chris. Young girl with
sandwich?
dad. Young girl with dad.
All right,
She just
all
took
right.
a bite of that big
All right.
thing. Now you get a bite of it too.
Excuse me, guys. I haven't had lunch. Is there any way I can get a bite of one of your sandwiches? Is that all right?
Don't let him eat it. Look, he's not clean. He's not clean. Unbelievable.
Enjoy.
Thank you. How is it?
It's really good.
How good?
Like,
Good enough to share? Tiny bite? Tiny? A little bite? Little bite with the straw. Just a tiny bite.
no.
Darn it.
Her name is Strike One. Can I have a drink here?
Yep,
Wow, thank you very much.
Help yourself.
Thank
Look
you.
at him. Help yourself. Everyone's willing to share first day. A lot of share.
I'm very impressed.
And this is the best this year?
Yes,
Really?
sure.
Good enough to share?
If you want to buy it. Pretty good, right?
You are a good person.
Can I have a bite of that?
Whole thing.
The whole thing?
Whole thing.
All right.
It's a deep fried Reese's peanut butter cup.
That is fantastic.
You don't have
fantastic.
mono or anything, do you?
I'm just getting over it. Just getting over it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
While it was successful for Chris and Frank, let's see how Maxie did in 2016.
What is that?
Candy, you want some?
Can I have some?
Yeah.
Well, you people are so nice.
It is so nice.
Well, very cool.
Nearest bathroom.
Well, the nearest bathroom. Well, if I tell you, can I have a cookie?
Absolutely.
Can I have a little? Yeah. Take a big bite. Huge bite. That's very good, thank you. Are you actually offering me a cookie? I don't have to steal. I don't have to steal it.
Been working way too hard.
Oh man! Now that's a real Viking fan.
Yeah, Skull Viking.
Ma'am?
I'm sorry.
I can't have any cookies?
What's that?
I can't have a cookie?
You can have a cookie.
Oh, I can have a cookie? Oh, thank you. That's all I wanted.
Perfect.
I can have a bite?
Yes, you can have a bite.
This is good.
It's good.
I'm better that way. No, good. You like these? Got one to go? Just grab it and go? Okay. Works every time. I'll give you one of these and the dipping sauce.
Ah, man, it's a tough deal, but I gotta pass.
Oh, boy. I'll trade you. You sure? Can I trade you one of these for a mini donut? Sure. You take this. You want to get on the news?
Oh, heck yeah.
Go get some food and then bring it to me.
Deal.
Okay? That deep fried alligator, that's good. What's this?
Deep fried Snickers.
Deep fried Snickers?
Yeah.
Mind if I take it?
Okay.
You gonna finish that corn dog or not?
No, you can have it. Go ahead.
Seriously? Oh, it's good.
It is.
So you have a...
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
You never know who you might see at the fair. In 2005, a famous face got behind the counter at Sweet Martha's, the governor, Tim Pawlenty.
It's the perfect political photo op. Governor Tim Pawlenty dishing out the iconic cookie of the fair.
There you go. Now, if you need some help eating these bad boys, give me the signal. You stay on the curb over there, and if you need some help, just wave me over, okay?
1 million voted for him in 2002. Today, he's truly serving the people.
What have you seen at the fair so far today?
Let's see. We've seen the biggest boar.
The biggest boar?
Boar.
Is that a politician, or is it...
So we've covered some of the tastes and smells out at the state fair over the years, but coming up next, we're looking at the sounds of the fair.
Watch me dance, dance the night away.
The Minnesota State Fair has attracted several well-known artists like the Goo Goo Dolls, Motley Crue, or the Queen of Country, Dolly Parton. In 1985, WCCO caught up with country music icon Willie Nelson. I love this.
Well, hello there. My, it's been a long, long time. How am I doing? Oh, I guess I'm doing fine.
Whether singing a ballad or a toe-tapping country favorite, Willie Nelson always pleases the crowds at the Minnesota State Fair. Working over 200 concerts a year, Willie travels the country in his large customized motor coach. Inside, I asked this 5-time Grammy winner if he felt like a star.
No, not really, because I don't know. Everybody's a star as far as I'm concerned. I mean, everybody, you know, you're a star. Everybody, whatever they do, they should be a star in that position, whatever they're in. I think they should do the best they can. But as far as being a star, no, I don't look at myself that way.
His fans do, however, and have supported not only his musical talents, but his acting career as well, from Electric Horseman in 1980 to his latest effort, Songwriter, a film about the recording industry. In this clip, Willie argues with his ex-wife about an alimony check.
When are you going to grow up and be a responsible person?
I'm president of my own publishing company, got my own studio. How grown up do I have to be? You know, I think you and I probably just got married the wrong year and a half of our life, and I'm sorry it didn't work out.
Oh, Doc.
Why did I leave you? Why did I leave you?
I left you.
It's not a lot of fun to do movies. You have to wait several months or years to see how you did, and then there's always a possibility that it comes out and that nobody saw it. So all that work that you put into it, you feel like was gone down the drain. So it has its ups and downs. In music, you know each night how you did, and that's why I like that better than anything.
Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick guitars and drive boats. Make all the doctors and lawyers and sons. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. They'll never stay home if they're always home. Keep on someone they love.
Coming up next, we'll take a look at what makes the State Fair so unique. For one thing, the musical talent isn't limited to the grandstand. Our WCCO Blues Band, led by the vocal talents of Don Shelby, get their groove on too. Take a look. Welcome back. Thrill seekers will always flock to the Midway to get their adrenaline going. In 1997, taking on the ejector seat ride with Don Shelby was Amelia Santinello's first Minnesota State Fair assignment.
You'd have to be very, very convincing to turn it around that way.
Oh my God! Oh boy, that was scary. Okay.
That's gonna be.
Okay, here. This is the operative thing here. Please use common sense. All right. Let's get out of here.
Do my legs be strapped somewhere?
I'm gonna use a strap in.
That's not very funny about any last words. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Turn it off. Are you done screaming?
Okay, I'm not even opening my eyes.
Oh, this is unbelievable. Oh, Judas Priest.
Stop it!
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I think I'm gonna get ill.
Oh, that was. Are you okay?
Oh my God, I have tears in my eyes.
Hi.
When you're going on all of those rides, what do you do to keep your favorite fair food from coming up? In 1993, we gave you some tips and tricks on how to not get sick.
Does this make you a little dizzy? Well, this is just kiddie land. This is for the 5-year-olds. The adult rides look like this. Kids especially will spend most of the day going in circles.
And you just kind of twirl around and you don't know like where you are. I got kind of sick on that.
And to make sure you get sick, the fair combines the rides with plenty of greasy foods and strong smells. On this ride, 1 or 2 people a day will, as the attendants put it, lose their cookies. What kind of person gets sick?
Ones that just get done eating.
Yeah, or some that have been drinking and you really can't tell that they've been drinking.
It's all a lot of fun, but you know what the result is. You get a little headache, you get some dizziness, you get some queasiness, and you know what comes next. So, what causes motion sickness? And what can you do to prevent it? The cause is this organ in your inner ear called your semicircular canals. It determines your body's position and helps you balance. But confronted with motion like this, it goes crazy and overloads your brain with more signals than it can handle. The result? You feel sick. To prevent that, here are some tips. First, don't eat anything the half hour before a ride. Second, avoid greasy or spicy foods that upset your stomach. Third, avoid too much alcohol before a ride. And finally, realize children are far more susceptible to motion sickness than adults.
Minnesotans like to win on the Midway. In 1985, Don Shelby tried his hand at leapfrog to take home another big prize.
I'm standing here at the newest concession on the Midway. It's called Leapfrog, and what you have to do is slam a frog into a garbage can, and we've done pretty well so far. Now, have I given you the money? I've given you the money. I got 4 slams. You got to hit this little teeter-totter job here, and you got to knock. You ever wondered whatever happens to the prizes they don't give away? They turn a game into them, and here they are. There's a frog sitting down here. Hit this guy, try to knock him into the garbage can. 1 for 1. All right. Now you knock that in again and you get one of the small prizes, and you do that several times. You trade the prizes up for bigger prizes until you get one of those wizards up there, and that's what I'm after today. Here we go. This has got to go in. 2, all right. Okay, now we're into the 2 prizes, okay?
One off either wall.
All right, I can get them off the either wall now. Okay, here we go. Oh! So close, so close. So this doesn't really count. This is kind of... All right, now what does that do?
Feather or lace?
I get a feather or a lace. Show me this. Show me a feather. I like a feather. A feather and one of those things, a frog. It'd be apropos to get a frog here.
And here goes another one.
And here goes another one, a frog. This is Howard Cosell, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's it for me, I guess. I've only got 12 toys here. and 3 daughters. So that's, what is that, 4 apiece? 4 apiece. Oh, it's been a profitable night at the fair on the Midway. Come on down and enjoy yourself, Bill. Each year, new acts come in with the hope to dazzle, but one in 1986 had people biting their nails. Tightrope walker Jay Cochran took the half-hour walk from the 4-H building to the Big Needle. We got a chance to talk to him while he was on the ground.
I'm always prepared for it. You know, I'm ready to do the show. I don't meditate or anything like this. I've done it so many times. It's not like it's second nature to me because every time is different. And when you take that first step, there's no turning back.
Meet Jay Cochran, a kind of real-life Spider-Man who spans his web of wires between skyscrapers, across baseball fields, and this year above the Minnesota State Fair. The idea of being an aerialist came to Jay as a child, and he's been performing in the air about 30 years.
When I was about 7 years old, my mother took me to a circus, and I saw a man do a backward somersault on a high wire about 25, 30 feet above the floor in the circus arena. And I said to my mother, I said, Mother, when I grow up one day, I'm going to do that.
The 1,400-foot walk between the 4-H building and the Space Needle takes about 45 minutes. With Jay suspended 100 feet in the air, it's no wonder thousands of fairgoers stop to watch every step he takes.
The cable and everything is first and foremost, and the audience while I'm performing is secondary. It has to be that way, because if it wasn't, if I put it the other way around, I wouldn't be performing for very long.
The wire is only 5/8 of an inch wide, about the size of the index finger. He uses a balancing pole and a harness, and although a safety net is required by state law, he prefers to work without one.
To me, I pay no attention to the net because I have no intentions of ever having to use a net. Because I'm a strong believer, if you get used to using a net or a harness, then you rely on it. And one day when it's not there, that's when something happens.
Being a professional aerialist hasn't been all blue skies for Jay.
I fell from the wire. I actually didn't fall. The whole thing collapsed with me on it. I allowed somebody else to put up the equipment. I had both legs, both feet, my back, my pelvis, both arms, 4 ribs, and my collarbone. So I was out of commission for quite some time. But like a true equestrian, you get back up on the horse again.
Still, he feels he has a number of wire walking years ahead of him.
I figure I have about another 15 years before I retire. I'm going to retire on my 60th birthday, and no matter where I am, that's going to be my last walk.
Coming up next, anyone who's been to the Minnesota State Fair knows there's just something uniquely Minnesota about it. If you've been to the Minnesota State Fair, you know there's something just so Minnesota about it. The quirky fair exhibits bring people in from all around the state. In 1993, the biggest little circus on earth attracted lots of fairgoers. The little circus covered the area of 1.5 football fields and was made up of more than 40,000 pieces. The piece featured a glimpse into a turn-of-the-century circus, featuring circus animals, clowns, and big tops. The Minnesota State Fair attracts folks from all over the world, including Canada. In 1985, fairgoers had the chance to meet the cavalry members of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police's musical ride.
These constables of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police are carrying on a tradition that began during the Canadian frontier days of a century ago. In 1873, the newly acquired Northwest Territories required protection, and the Northwest Mounted Police were established. But the Mounties evolved as the times changed. They eventually became less of a military unit guarding the early settlers and more of a provincial police force with duties of enforcing the law. In 1920, their name was changed to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Throughout their history, the Mounties have always been of top character, and the men of the musical ride are no exception. Inspector Vern Baugh is officer in charge.
They're chosen for their ability as a people person. The fact of the matter is we are a public relations unit, and we are bound to get asked the same questions 10,000 times, and if you aren't able to answer the question the 10,000th time, as well as you did the first time, then there's really no place for you in this particular unit.
The musical ride is made up of 42 men and 36 horses. During each performance, though, only 33 members mount the Black Canadian Thoroughbreds. The touring season is from May until November and has included coronations, jubilees, and parades all around the world.
We meet an awful lot of friendly people, and that's one of the big pluses for this job, is the fact that you're on the road, you're seeing new places and new faces, but you meet fine people.
And all those people are treated to an impressive show of intricate movements and figures set to music.
Essentially what we're doing is derivatives of cavalry drill. Now these drills were established years and years ago to facilitate the moving of men and horses around on a battlefield or to get them from one place to another.
To accomplish that requires months of practice. Each member of the ride serves for 3 years, one of which is devoted to training for these drills. After their service, they will return to regular law enforcement duties.
I'm very proud to be a Canadian, and I'm proud to be part of a team that represents our country, and that's how we prefer to think of the musical ride as something representing not only our force, but Canada as well.
It's been a tradition at the fair to crown the new Princess K of the Milky Way. In 1986, we followed one contestant's journey to the coveted crown.
Our story begins in June in the rural Minnesota town of Alexandria. It is here where we met up with 15 county princesses, all vying for the Region 3 Dairy Princess crown. Each candidate must have won their county competition, live on a dairy farm, and have a working knowledge of the dairy industry.
The first question is, how do you think that you could make friends for the dairy industry?
Well, to make a friend, you have to be a friend. So while you're out promoting the dairy products,
The American Dairy Association also believes that a dairy princess should have good communication skills. Therefore, the candidates are extensively interviewed by a panel of judges.
We'll need an ice cream truck driver.
Once the interviewing process is over, the girls have a chance to show their creativity. The candidates are divided into small groups where they have 30 minutes to come up with a clever dairy commercial.
Summer heat, cool off, drink milk, drink milk, drink milk, drink milk.
The day's activities are behind them now, and these nervous candidates readied themselves for the evening banquet.
We are very, very proud of you. We're proud of you because you represent the future of you and your generation represent the future of the dairy industry.
After hearing from the American Dairy Association and the reigning Princess K of the Milky Way, the moment of truth arrives.
Yes, I'm very excited about being Dairy Princess. It's something special. It's something unique. It's a way of me promoting my lifestyle to everyone around who is there to see me.
Our story continues in August at the County Fair in Alexandria. It's here where we meet up again with Yvonne Morkey, the newly crowned Region 3 Dairy Princess. Yvonne's main responsibility as a Region Princess is to promote dairy products wherever and whenever she can.
So people can say that's a Dairy Princess, and right away they think of dairy and they think of milk and the dairy products, and maybe it'll spur them on to accepting it more and using them more.
Yvonne, who is presently pursuing a broadcast education at Brown Institute in Minneapolis, is and always will be a dairy farmer's daughter.
You see fancy machinery on TV, but in real life it's not so fancy. It's a lot of work. It's not a career where you can just take off for a couple weeks and just ignore it. It's there every day and you're living with it.
The final chapter in our story takes place at the State Fairgrounds in Minneapolis, and again we meet up with Yvonne. This is where 11 regional princesses, all of whom have been through the same process, gather to compete for the coveted title of Princess K of the Milky Way. Once the candidates have been introduced, each one is asked a special question. Then the judges select 3 semi-finalists. From here, each girl awaits the crowning moment, a moment when someone's dream will come true.
Just like back then, the winner serves as an ambassador for Minnesota's dairy farms. This year, Emma Kubel of Waterville was crowned the 70th Princess K of the Milky Way. Her first official duty, having her likeness carved in butter. But that's not the only icon captured in butter. In 1993, fairgoers could visit late-night TV host David Letterman in butter. In 1985, at least 250 Minnesotans rolled up their sleeves, showed off their muscles, and hit the arm wrestling mat. We caught up with a national female champion and a former state champion to see who would win this epic showdown.
I would like you to meet Bill Martin, who is the man here looking like a zebra a little bit. He is a ref for a special kind of athletic event. Bill?
Thank you, Bill. We're going to have next Sunday a Minnesota State Arm Wrestling Championship. It's brought to you by the State Fair and light beer from Miller.
Now, this arm wrestling is going to involve how many people?
We're going to have a maximum of 250 wrestlers. We had a real good pre-registration. We're expecting a lot more to register Sunday morning.
You have all kinds of special equipment and everything else. You want to introduce our two wrestlers here?
Okay, we're privileged to have a national champion and a former state champion with us. Carol Malno is a national champion current now, and she's going to be defending her title coming up in October, I believe it is. And this is Debbie Corona, is a current, or not a current, but a past state champion.
Okay, let's see how we get all set up here. Yeah, I think they deserve a round of applause here. Okay, you want to explain while they get into position here exactly what they're doing?
Okay, I'm going to have them lock up. Put your left hands on the peg, please. Put your elbows down in the square. Get a nice, comfortable hold over the table. Do not apply any pressure until I straighten you out and get you started. And then I'm going to lock them up, and then I'm going to say, ready, go, and then they're going to start arm wrestling.
Okay, let's see what happens here.
Is that hold comfortable to you? Is it comfortable to you? Over the center. Ready, go.
Ooh, that looks like a lot of straining there. Oh, that looks like it takes a lot of effort, huh?
It really does. You have to really practice and keep working your body.
Strength or concentration?
Both.
Okay, both.
Well, I hope this was as fun for you as it was for us. And I hope you come down to the WCCO booth and say hello before the fair's over. We'd love to see you. For CBS News Minnesota, I'm David Schumann.